Hello, this is a demonstration of a feature that I am adding to Asprite 1.3. It's a new option for tiled mode that lets you draw over multiple frames side by side rather than drawing one frame side by side as tiled mode traditionally works. Quick disclaimer, I'm not one of the primary Asprite developers, but I've been working with the application source code, and once I'm done, I'll send the Asprite folks the new source code for this feature, and they can decide if they want to make it part of the main Asprite application. So tiled mode is an existing feature that lets you draw a picture or a tile that is designed to be repeated, meaning when drawn side by side with itself, it looks seamless. So as an example, we have some subtle waves going on. And tiled mode can work on the x-axis to allow you to have seamless images on the x-axis, the y-axis, or both axes. So this is both axes here. Select tiles is the new feature that I've added. And out of the box, it works pretty much the same as traditional tiled mode. The difference is that you can actually select individual frame views in the 3x3 grid of frame views. You can select them, and then you can change which frame that frame view is displaying. So I have now the upper left-hand corner and the lower right-hand corner frame views are both displaying frame 2, while the other frame views are all displaying frame 1. So I can now draw in the upper left and the lower right, and I'll be drawing to frame 2, whereas when I'm drawing like this, I'm drawing to frame 1. So yeah, this allows you to select which frame you're working with. I can have a different frame for each frame view. If you click on all, then any frame, anytime you change the frame, it'll actually change it for all of the frame views. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of how this can be used. I'm right now setting this up so that each frame view in the grid will get its own frame. Oops. You don't have to use all of the frame views. If you have a smaller image you're trying to make, like a little bush or something, you could just use like 2x2 of the frame views, or 1x2 or 2x1. I'm going to be using all of them. I'm going to make a large picture of a tree. Something really simple. And you'll notice that as I'm going, the currently selected frame view, which is represented by the blue highlighting for the text, that changes as I'm drawing. So you can set which frame view you currently have selected either by clicking on the frame view itself in the drawing area, or by clicking on the UI outside. And again, the main reason why you'd select one frame view or another manually is to change which frame that frame view is displaying at that moment. Right now it's displaying 9. Okay. One feature that is not quite finished, and it's what I'm working on right now, is the flood fill tool. I have the flood fill tool selected right now, and I click, and you'll notice that the flood fill tool does not flood across different frame views. Once I'm done with a couple of the aspects of the feature like this, that's when I'll send it in to them. So that's the basic idea. Once you're done with select tiles mode, if you click on any of the other features, including none, Asprite works exactly like it always did. The only changes that this code makes are for when you're inside of select tiles mode. And you'll notice that now that we're finished, each frame has a piece of the picture of the tree, which is not really very useful in Asprite, but it's definitely useful in other software packages that I can export this to. So I know that 1.3 just added a new feature, which is tile map layers. Tile map layers allows you to draw large tile maps within Asprite, and it also comes with a rudimentary tile set feature through which you can change individual tile sets and set them up. This is great. It might be unsuitable for some cases. In my particular case, for instance, I don't need to draw a tile map in Asprite at all. I am using Tiled, which is a separate software designed exclusively for making tile maps. All I need to do is to be able to draw a few of my tiles side by side. So this new tile map layer is a little bit overkill for what I'm going for. It's also missing a few of the features that I've come to rely on when working in Asprite with frames for tiles. So yeah, as I said, pretty soon I'll be sending this in to the Asprite folks to see what they think. If you'd like to see this feature added to Asprite, then you can vote for the feature on the Asprite forums. I'll add a link to the Asprite forum post in this video's description. Once I've sent it out to them, the number of votes will help them decide if they want to include it in a future version of Asprite. That's it. Thanks for watching.